Back in March 2021, when I started investing, I I was doing trading slash investing long time, yeah, even from 2007, 2014, 2016, etc. Lost lot of money in between 2016 to 19 through options trading. But back in 2021, when I created this Robinhood portfolio and I had just $5 left, I was following one person in Twitter. His handle is Parrot something, and he had all the 20 or 25 stocks that I really like. And whatever I understood the market at that time, believed that he's going to do fabulous. Like, these are the best 20 or 25 stocks that you can invest in. And That's what he did. I think So5, CrowdStrike, and so many other good stocks that he had. But those 20 or 25 stocks were my favorite stocks at that time. And I thought, if I had a money, this is what I would do. If I had $500,000, these are the companies that I would buy, and I would hold it for 10 years, and this will be a $5 million portfolio. That's what I believed when I saw his portfolio back in 2021. Unfortunately, I did not had the money, so I started buying whatever the money that I had, $5, $10, in those stocks and other stocks. And then the 2022 happened, where all those growth stocks kind of got destroyed. That right now, what's happening even today in the current market, they really got destroyed. And that person put $550,000 in his portfolio. And I saw his journey for almost 8 months. Every day he was posting the pictures of his portfolio. And it went from 550 to 500, 500 to 450, 450 to 400, 400 to 350, 300, 250, 200, $185,000 back in October 2022. So I saw his journey throughout that 1.5 year, and I was like, how do you survive that? And he probably, whatever he said, it his entire savings, he retired from his job, and he put $550,000 in that portfolio, which in my opinion also was the best portfolio that you could buy. uh, Obviously his conviction too, and then he is doing his business or whatever that he's doing. I don't know that person personally. I just know that he is in the Twitter and he was uploading his screenshots. But I lived through his journey from that 550,000 to 185,000. So even though I was not putting a penny in my like, I was not buying big amount, I was mentally preparing myself that if and when I have that 500K portfolio, it can happen to me. I can lose money. And I was preparing that journey through his journey, and that helped me immensely. And the second thing that helped me immensely is that I saw his journey, his portfolio from 185,000 at the bottom in October 2022 went to $1.2 million, I think 6 months ago. I stopped following him because I got busy, but at least I saw his portfolio went to $1.2 million. And his biggest gainer obviously was SoFi. I think his largest position was SoFi. But I could visualize that come 2030 or 2035 his portfolio would be around 5 million if he kept all those stocks and never sell it. the 10x money from 500K to 5 million. uh, I don't know whether he's planning to do that or not, but that helped me to prepare my mental journey that no matter what happens, I am also not going to sell. I am buying these stocks, trusting these stories, and I also know many of them will not work out. I have 1900 stocks in my portfolio. The top 500 stocks consist of 96% of my portfolio. So let's just say that I have 500 stocks. I believe in those 500 stories, and it may sound a lot, that 500 stocks, but uh, most smart people will tell you to invest in S&P 500 that also has a 500 stocks. So 500 stocks is not a big number. I have stories in the past where people with thousands of stocks have outperformed the market. It doesn't matter whether you have 20 stocks, 500 stocks, 1000 stocks, does not matter when you get in and how much you have, and whether you can have the stomach to not sell that stock for a longer duration of time. That's the only way you will make money in investing, by not selling. Because 20 or 30 years down the road, or even more, 40 years down the road, if you are alive, there are going to be only two stocks that is going to work out of 2000 stocks. But that two stocks will cover up for all the losers. But you will not know which stock is going to perform that great. When some friend of mine told me about Palantir when it was $6, and he said it's one of the great stocks, or he probably doesn't did not knew anything about stocks, but he read the interview of the CEO and he was very positive about it. And I said, no, it doesn't sound good or whatever. And I kind of debunked his theory, unfortunately. Probably hates me for that. Because he could have invested in it and made a lot of money. And I had Palantir in my lowest bucket, where I was buying every week $3. So imagine, right? If you're buying every week $3 for entire 1 year, you would buy only $150 worth of stocks. That's not going to do anything. But because I had that system of bucket, where if a stock is performing good in the lower bucket, I will promote it. And the Palantir got promoted from weekly $3 to daily $1, and then daily $2, and then daily $3, and then daily $5, and then daily $10. And I eventually probably put $5,000 worth of Palantir stocks, or at an average price of 35. And now it is, at one point it was $40,000. Now it's probably $27,000. But it's one of the story, right? Eventually it will probably give me 50,000 or 100,000, I don't know. But I had no idea that Palantir is going to work out. Okay, it did for me. I had no conviction in Carvana when I bought it for what, $3 or $4. If I would have used that as a trading vehicle, then when it went to $30 or when it went to $70, I would have sold it, because that's almost 200x money. But because I have this, I don't know, stubbornness or whatever you want to call it, that do not sell, is how I have Palantir and Carvana as the top two stocks in my portfolio. I don't know whether they are good stocks or not. I don't know whether they will give me the money that I hope that it would 10 years down the road. Maybe something else will. Maybe Robinhood will. Maybe CrowdStrike will. Maybe FRSH will. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, maybe SoFi will. Nobody knows what's going to happen 10 years down the road, 15 years down the road, 20 years down the road. If somebody is telling you, I know that person is lying. There are a lot of things that can change. CEO can change, environment can change, The people who are believing in these stories will change. Countless things can happen in between now and next 15-20 years. But if you have a good enough diversified portfolio, and if you are willing to not sell no matter what happens, you're going to do well. So thank you for listening.